It's Week 17 of the NFL, and our focus is on this team's leader at quarterback. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. Hope you're all ready for this one, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also...
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
A little bit of a gunslinger mentality a week ago, Mike, and while it was a fun game to watch, I think it's something he's going to have to find some balance. I mean, for better or for worse, he was throwing the ball all over the place. Sometimes it worked out. Other times, it was a complete disaster. At the end of the day, it was enough to win. If he wants to keep stacking victories, he has to limit the amount of risky throws. At some point, they're going to catch up to him. I could promise you this defense, they're salivating at the mere thought of him putting the ball in harm's way.
They face 2nd down and 7. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Open man is Jennings. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw again. A throw right side is intercepted. And this defense will take over here following the interception.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
He'll look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And this will remain a scoreless game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The visitors' offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
14 yards on that pass play there. That's enough for a first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They motion the slot man left. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. A gain of 11 there, and a first down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now this looks like a design run, and he will do it himself. He's in for the touchdown.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Quick hitting slant there. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They send the tight end in motion. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And off the deflection, it is taken in. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. Now, faking the give. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It is a big play on first down. 31 yards. It'll be first and goal when we come back. It's a close game early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Here's a run. Powering forward. He's in for the score. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Next the score. Visitors 14. Our home team, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with first and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too
Still
far.
first down.
And it draws the flag. They'll go with a counter on first down. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll stick with him again. And he goes forward. Good gain on that one. Pickup of 8 out to the 33-yard line. 3rd and 5. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Here's the punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. They run on the jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, In this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. But defense has got it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. He'll try the right side this time, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Chicago. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe? Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On comes the punter now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. Oh, he gets it right back. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. The throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Open man is Jennings. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Man in motion here is Jennings. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Motion man is the tight end going right. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up.
That one intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So now this team's offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this 1st half. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. We're about ready now for the punt, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here comes a return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he will score. Has a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good. And the visitors will take a 21-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This team's offense going to take over just before the half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Now they'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete.
And here we have another missed opportunity for an offense that have already had a handful of them throughout this game. And let's be honest, Mike, you just can't afford to overthrow a man that's that open, especially when you're trying to overcome a double-digit deficit in the NFL.
Now the offense will use their third and final timeout. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's caught! And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock East. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks
First half
yet to
played
come.
out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw. To the right side here. Pass is caught. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. Second and a yard. Tight end going in motion here. He'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Jennings. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Back to the air one more time. Quick hitting slant there. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. Quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for second down and 4. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Here's a third down and 4. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. He'll try again here, second and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. They bring their tight end right. They'll throw here on third and short yardage. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the visitors have run out to a 24-7 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. He'll get this out to his running back. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. You have a tight end motioning left here. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He'll get this out wide. They face second down and 7. He'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw again. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll look to throw. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the first down.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete, and he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Now he'll run it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now this time they'll look to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Putting the tight end in motion. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. They'll motion a tight end right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. He'd missed twice already, but this one goes through. And his guys are back within 2 scores.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Quick throw, taken in, and this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. They send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This drive will start on the ground. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Here's a 2nd and 9. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Open man is Jennings. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors will extend their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. They'll throw out of the gun. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Tight end going in motion here. Back to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll try to run for it. Now a timeout for injury. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Got his man at the 6. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. He pulls it in around the 5. Now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
This caught, and they will stop him short of the marker. But there is a flag here. If this is on the offense, this will be declined. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a handoff running right. And not much room to speak of there. He'll get this one only to about the 3. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. And he'll get this very close to a 1st down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short. This one all but over. Here's 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open man, right side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. So it's a win for our visitors. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.